So a very good afternoon to one and all, and good afternoon children. Welcome to the e-learning classes children. Today we are going to discuss about intermediate secondary economics. Intermediate secondary economics, 8th chapter, foreign sector, and today's our topic is foreign direct investment, FDI. Okay, let us discuss. Let us discuss first with the definition. What is the meaning of foreign direct investment? So, it is a form of long-term international capital movement. We can say that it is a form of capital movement where capital is invested. Capital is invested by one country to the other country. Okay, so it is a form of long term. So investment is there, but which term, children? Long term. That means for a long period of time, an international capital movement made for the purpose of productive activity and accomplished by intention of managerial control. So easily we can understand, children, the definition. As you all know that in our first lesson, economic growth and economic development, we discussed that India is a developing country. And the reason why India is still developing, why India is not developed, in that we discussed, children, lack of capital formation in the country. This is a topic, children, that explains about the investment to our country for the development purpose by international countries. So these are the investment, not for a short period of time, for 1 month, 2 months, or for 6 months. It is for a long period of time, children. The investment is for a long period of time, children, for the purpose of productive activity, to produce some purposeful activity, productive activity, and also the managerial control. This is a definition for the FDI, children. So foreign direct investment, we can say it plays a very important role for the economic development of a country. It is a key role in the economic development of the country. It introduces modern technologies, transfers knowledge, skill, provide access to export market along with the managerial experts. What does it mean? As we all know that when the foreign countries, they invest in our country, it is helpful that along with the investment, these countries, they want that whatever they are investing, they should get the double profit. They should get the profit. And to get the profit, and to that, a country like India where the technology is very backward, so these countries along with their investment, they come along with their technologies to our country. They bring new modern technology to our country to get the profit on whatever or wherever they invested. So it is helpful to us that this foreign direct investment, it is introducing modern technology. Okay, it is for their purpose, but it is helpful to our Indian economy also, that we get in very modern technology. Next one, it is helpful to transfer knowledge and the skills also. Children, as you all know that our industrial expert, our Indian experts, managerial experts, they are not too talented according to the ever changed technology. Whatever they learn, whatever the skills they are having, children, that is once upon a time whatever they got trained, children. So but with this foreign investment, what happened, this foreign people, they not only bring experts to a country, they not only send experts to a country, but they also trained already those who are there in the industries. They trained our Indian people to get the work done properly, how to maintain, how to properly manage that technology, how to get more profit, because these are all profit oriented people, children, profit oriented countries. They want only profit, they have no concern with the welfare of the people. So they bring the experts, they give training to the already existed people, the existing people, those who are working in the particular industry. That's what I wrote here, that it introduces the transfers of the knowledge, it introduces the skill, and it provides children an export market along with the experts. So FDI is helpful to us in providing all these things to us, children. So this is about the FDI. So according to the International Monetary Fund, I hope the definition is clear, children, to all of you. According to the IMF, International Monetary Fund. So according to the International Monetary Fund, they mentioned that the FDI are having nearly about the 3 components. So according to the IMF, FDI, International Monetary Fund, FDI is having, children, 3 components. What are the 3 components, children, that we get, children, in the FDI? That is equity capital. First one is equity capital is the first component, children, of FDI. Reinvested earnings. Second one is reinvested earnings. Reinvested earnings is the second one, children. Second component. Third one is direct capital. So these are the 3 important components, children, of the FDI that we find according to the IMF. What is this one, equity capital? That means how much this FDI they can invest it. As you all know that before it was 51%, then 74% to some of the firms, and 100% to many of the firms. So here we find equity capital. How much they are investing, they should get, children. Again, they can reinvest in the particular earnings and the direct capital, children, by these what we call IMF, by this FDI. So we can say that this FDI is playing a very important role, in the country's economic integration. It represents a very important source for the what we call capital investment, and it opened the door for the enterprises, local enterprises, what you call international enterprises also. It opened the door. So this we can say as, children, the IMF and it's what you call the 3 components related to it. As already I told you, children, in the year 1991, India started the policy of liberalization, globalization and privatization. These 3 policies were introduced. So under these 3 policies, what happened, children? Under the policy of liberalization, 1991, under the policy of liberalization, this policy, children, it increased, children, the source of what you call FDI, and because of this policy, we can find that FDI increased a lot, and FDI increased in India. So how much it increased in India? Let us discuss, children. It is mentioned that because of this liberalization policy, nearly we can say that more than 1 crore, of the job opportunities were opened for our Indians. More than 1 crore job opportunities were open for our Indians. So actually, how much was invested, children? When we look after that, how much was invested? Let us take now, children, how much was invested now, children. So what we find that because of the 1991, because of the liberalization policy, FDI in India, it was increased a lot, and in that one we find nearly about more than 1 crore job opportunities were open for the people. Now, in the year 1991, the total FDI for our India, the total foreign direct investment for our India, children, it was US dollar 129 millions was the overall, we can say that FDI for our country. That increased in the year 1997 to US dollar 3,557 millions. From 129 millions to 3,557 millions. Just in the period of 6 years. Then in the year 2001 and 2, it increased to the 6,130 millions. 2006 and 7, the FDI increased in our country 22,862 millions. 2011-12, the FDI increased to 46,552 millions. 2013, 36,047 millions. What do you find the difference over here, children? The difference in this 2011-12 to 2013, we find there is a fall of FDI, decline of FDI. Why? What is the reason that FDI declined from the period of 2011-12 to 2013? The reason, children, rise in corruption cases, unnecessarily procedural delays, environmental related issues and higher inflation. What are those children? Nearly 4 are there. What are that? Corruption cases, followed by the procedural delay, then related environmental related issues and the higher inflation. But later on in the year 2018 and 19, this FDI increased to US dollar 50,553 millions. It increased a lot. So what is an FDI now, children? 50,553 millions is the total FDI, children, that we find in our country. Now the question comes. Question is that which countries or which countries of the world they are investing in our country. What are the countries, important countries, those who are investing in our country. So the countries, those who are investing, the total FDI by the countries, children, by the different countries of the world. What are the different countries are there? So the first one, children, we can take it about the first, that is 32% from the Mauritius. Mauritius is investing, children, nearly about 32% of what we call FDI to our country. Foreign direct invested by the Mauritius is 32%, followed by 20% by the Singapore. Singapore is investing nearly about 20%, then 7% both, 7% by Japan and Netherlands. 7% by Japan and Netherlands, children. They are investing in our country, followed by 6% by UK and USA. UK and USA, they are investing 6% and 3% by the Germany. 3% by the Germany. So what we find, children, about this FDI? We find that among all, Mauritius and Singapore together, they are investing 52%. 52% of the FDI we are getting from Mauritius and Singapore. Then, what is the reason that we are getting 52% of FDI from Mauritius and Singapore? So, the reason are, Mauritius and Singapore, they are offering children offshore banking. They are offering offshore banking. That means very good banking facilities. These two countries are providing, children, offshore banking. Because of that, it is more, children, low tax rate. Low tax rate is the next reason, children, that we find that because Mauritius and Singapore, they are investing more, that they are getting, children, low tax. They are getting low tax rate, children. Followed by the next reason is DTAA. DTAA. What is the full form of DTAA? It is Double Tax Avoidance Agreement. DTAA, it is Double Tax Avoidance Agreement. So what is this double tax avoidance agreement? If these countries, they get any profit made in India, that are not going to subject to any taxes. That means whatever the profit they are getting in the India, children, it is not going to pay in the form of any taxes. So this we can say as these are the countries who are investing in our country. And who are the leaders, toppers, children? Mauritius and the Singapore, followed by Japan and Netherlands, UK and USA, and then followed by Germany. So these countries, children, they are investing a lot in our country, and that are helpful for the establishment of many MNCs, opening up of many job opportunities and many more. So as you all know that every coin is having two sides. These are all the positive sides of FDI we are getting. So definitely with these words, you are understanding that there are the negative impact, the drawbacks of this FDI. So drawbacks or the negative impact of this FDI. Let us discuss now, children. What are the drawbacks of FDI that we find in our country? So drawbacks or the negative points we have to discuss. So let us discuss with the topic as drawbacks of FDI. Drawbacks of FDI. We have to discuss now drawbacks of FDI. What are those drawbacks are there? Let us discuss, children, one by one. So the first drawback, children, that we find in our country that are related to this FDI are the first drawback. Yes, the first drawback we can find, local firms may lose business. The first drawback is local firms. Local firms may lose business. May lose business because of oligopolistic nature. Because of oligopolistic nature. Because of oligopolistic nature of some of the foreign firms. Oligopolistic, remember children, oligopoly we discussed in first year. What is oligopoly? Where there are only few sellers will be there. Followed by the next one, repatriation of profits to the host country. The second one is the repatriation of profits. Repatriation of the profits. Drain out to the host country. Drain out the capital of host country. Which is a host country? India is a host country. So we are not getting any profit. Whatever the countries they are investing, they are only utilizing all the profit. They are only enjoying all the profits, children. Then local workers, they lose the jobs. The people, they are losing their jobs. So local workers, they lose the jobs. That means those who are not able to cope up with the latest technology, they are removed from the job. And the next one, children, the last one is there is a burden of FDI, burden of external debts. India is facing once again the problem of burden of external debts, which increased year after year. The utilization of FDI, it is increasing the debts year after year. So I think it is clear, children, to all of you. Local firms may lose business because of the oligopolistic nature of foreign firms. They are not they are not transparent in their works. They are cheating to the local members. So local members, they are losing. Repatriation means as a host we should also get some profit, but no, in our country they are establishing their industries and all the profits they are only draining out. They are only taking out what we are getting as hosting to all these companies, children. Then local workers, those who are not able to cope up with the latest technology that are introduced by the MNC, they are losing, they are turning unemployed. They are turning unemployed, losing their jobs. Then the burden of external debts, because of the FDI, we are getting, children, more debts, we are undergetting debts, and in the year after year. So this we can say the children, the drawbacks of FDI. In one way, FDI is very good, children, but in the other way, when we take up the negative impact of FDI on the Indian economy, we find that it is, from most of the cases, it is not good. But we want development. India want development. So now we can find that development is going on, but most it is not according to the sustainable one. Our resources are getting exploited because all these countries, all these companies, they are exploiting our resources and benefits they are enjoying. So I hope, children, this is clear to you, and with this we completed the 8th chapter, foreign sector. Next we are going to start the next one, next lesson, children, the 9th chapter. Hope it is clear to all of you. So you know what the work you have to do it. Go through the textbook, children. Read the textbook, go through the material. So by that time, it's time to take leave, children. Thank you one and all. Thank you, children.